Hi, my name is Alura, and I'm 23 years old. I may look very established, but my life hasn't always been this easy. Unfortunately, I had a very hard time in life. My biological parents were alcoholics and addicted to drugs. When I was 2.5 years old, the state decided that they were incapable of taking care of me and my two half-sisters. We were in foster care for about half a year, and when I turned 3, me and my middle half-sister, we were adopted amongst 4 other kids. My older sister, however, she was in foster care for a lot longer until her dad got custody of her. While living in this home, it seemed so dandy at first, but things got really bad. Between 3 and 10 years old, I was abused, I was starved, and I was neglected. Some of the examples were, I didn't really have a bedroom. My bed was the carpet in a bathroom that was locked from the outside. Because I was starved, I drank from the bathroom sink. I don't really remember any hygiene. I don't remember brushing my teeth ever. I don't remember showering. I was left outside a lot in the sun. I'd have to pull weeds or something obnoxious. When I'd get caught stealing food, I would get hit. But it wasn't just a spanking. It was like being hit with a belt or a paddle or someone's hand, but it wasn't a light tap. Like, these were hits to hurt. I remember one of my ex-adopted brothers, he got caught stealing the hurricane food that my ex-adopted mom would save. And I remember she hit him so bad that his butt was literally black and blue, and then she threw him into a tub of cold water. Another example is when I was 8 years old, I went to school with a gift basket to give to my teacher, and it was a food basket. And it was during story time when I tried to sneak around and take some of the food. Because the school that I went to, it was either you bring your own lunch or you didn't eat because it wasn't public. So while I was trying to take food from her basket, she saw me and she decided to tell my ex-adopted parents about it. And when she did, they took me out of school that day. So in 2 years between 8 and 10 years old, when I was supposed to be homeschooled, I was actually outside from first thing in the morning to very last thing at night in my underwear because I never was allowed to wear clothes. I was literally treated like a baby. When I was 10, DCF came with a cop and they interviewed me for I don't know how long. They didn't just interview me, though. They interviewed my whole entire ex-adopted family. And it took all day. By the time I was leaving the house, I think it was 8:30 at night. And I went into a temporary home for the night. The next day, I did my routines, the doctor's office. I stayed at the actual DCF office, and everyone was giving me candy. Everyone was giving me so much food. It was awesome. Actually. I remember within that week that the doctor told me that if I was there at my ex-adopted home for another year, that I would have died because I was so malnourished. So foster care literally saved my life. I don't remember much from 10 to 12. I just remember that I went through 8 different foster homes. Some of them kicked me out within 2 weeks. Some of them, it was 2 months. Having a kid like me was very tough. I was very tough to handle. I didn't talk. I didn't trust anyone, especially because I was going from home to home. I was seeing so many faces, from caseworkers to DCF workers. Like, there was always a new face, and I didn't know who to trust. So I went through 8 different foster homes, and there was a point in time where I was in a group home for 2 weeks before my last foster family came and got me. And when they got me, I never saw another foster home again. I was with them from 12 to 18. It wasn't always easy. I still didn't know how to communicate a lot of the times, so I would bottle everything up and I would act out. And by acting out, I mean like I would throw attitude or I'd do bad in school or something along those lines. But they didn't have any of that. They would ground me like a normal teenager. No TV, no phone. Oh my gosh. They pushed me, especially with school, because school is the one thing that was important to me. So for me to act out in school was something that I wasn't even used to, because I know that school can get me far in life. I also had a therapist that I've had since I moved into that home, who I absolutely adored. She listened to everything that I wanted to talk about. If I was feeling insecure, she listened. If there was a fight at home that we couldn't solve, she listened. She never interrupted me. She never told me I was wrong. She never told me I was stupid or that I was like plain childish. Like, she talked to me like I was a young adult. And to me, that spoke on high volumes, because in foster care, it's very hard to find someone who actually treats you like an adult. So since I was with them for 6 years, when I aged out at 18, my foster mom, she even helped me find my own apartment. She helped connect me with the independent living program. So ever since then, I've been on a real whirlwind. I got my AA degree in a year and a half. Right after that, I got my bachelor's degree. But while I was getting my bachelor's degree, I studied abroad in Italy, which I was very excited about. And now I am employed with BFP, hoping to make my mark in the world and help make a difference to someone else's life.